Our next guest is a comedian, writer, host, but her next project involves getting us all together.
Yes, it's all part of The Big Lunch, and Jo Brand is here to explain all about it. It's always lovely to see you.
You too, nice to be here.
So tell us, The Big Lunch, what is it?
Well, I wonder why I got attracted by something called The Big Lunch. It's actually an attempt to try and get people together and get to know their neighbours a bit better. There's been some research done. I think it was the National Lottery has funded it, and it's through the Eden Project, who originally started it. Yeah. And they kind of thought that we're getting to the stage now where we don't really take much notice of our neighbours or know who they are. I have the mind of a goldfish, so here's a statistic on my hand.
Oh, you've written them down? Oh,
yeah,
well
I know.
done.
It's like, I used to cheat in exams. No, I didn't. I didn't cheat either. No, honestly, I never did. But apparently 1 in 5 people don't know their neighbours.
Yeah.
40% of people don't know their neighbours' names. 76% of people thought that we were closer to our neighbours 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So it's kind of really changing. So
And the funny thing is, also, with the world that we live in now, we have a greater knowledge of the people around us on social media than you do about the people that live upstairs, next door, or across the road.
Absolutely. I know, it's weird, isn't it? And I think one thing that really occurs to me strongly is that I think with these sort of projects, this is on the 1st and 2nd of June, so the big lunch is that you don't have to cook a 5-course dinner for people, although if you live in my street, you do. But you just have to sort of try and get people together, even if it's a few people in your street.
How did it work last year? So what was good? But there were pictures, really lovely pictures, because it's been going for a while.
6 million people took part in it last year.
That's
it's
brilliant,
a huge amount,
It just shows you how many people want to...
And they always think someone else is going to do it. And what I would say to people is, you do it. Start small and just talk to a few people in your street, see if you can get some help to join in. And these things just expand, you know.
So how do you get involved then? If that's you and you're thinking, right, I want to give this a go and get my street involved, where do you even begin?
Well, what I would do is I would either knock on a few doors, or I would, just make up some little flyers and say, anyone interested, send me an email, give me a call.
Yeah.
Or, if you know 2 people in your street, talk to them. They probably know some other people. See if anyone's interested in
Or
doing
even just
it.
put in a bit of paper through the letterbox saying, sort of, this is Mrs. Thing at number 12. I wonder whether or not you might be
Don't put cleaning services up the top, because then people would tear it up automatically, won't they?
Yes, precisely. Do you think that, because you have a background in mental health, do you think the fact that we have less of a community now is impacting our mental health?
I think very much so. And I think, actually, because families kind of live a long way apart from each other now, and as you get older, you tend to lose friends and kind of be on your own and stop making the effort to kind of make connections with people. I think things are kind of very lonely for a lot of people, but as I said, it's hard to make the effort to approach people, but once you've done it, I think it really will make the difference. And just be imaginative. If you don't think you can make a lunch, I thought I might go to my local curry house and get like a big sort of gun, and I can just drive past people's houses and splat it at them
with
I'm
curry?
going along. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think?
How is your relationship with your neighbours?
I would have thought that maybe wasn't necessarily the message that they were after.
I know my neighbours very well.
Yeah.
Don't like them. Anyway, no, I love them. Hello, Alan and Jackie.
But that's...
Well, you're not one of the 40% that don't know their names,
No, I
at
do
least.
know their names.
You hear more about, Neighbours from Hell, Nightmare Neighbours. I mean, there's been whole sort of TV shows about them. Neighbours kind of get a bad reputation.
They do, because obviously the bad side of things, people always think is more interesting than the good side.
Yeah.
And that may well be the case, that your neighbours from hell have pebble dashed their house with heaven knows what. But, the thing is... Well, no, that's going to happen, isn't it? That's going to happen. It hasn't happened yet, 1st and 2nd of June. But, I think it's kind of, in this day and age, the other myth as well is that in London, everyone's really unfriendly. And I don't think that's true either. I think in London, you get little areas of London that are like little villages where everyone knows each other really well.
When you have the street parties or the Queen's Jubilee and everybody gets together, you really notice it then. Like, we've come into our own. So it's nice to be able to think you don't have to wait for those occasions.
Yeah. Congratulations. Saturday, Guardian looked at trailblazing women in TV ahead of International Women's Day, which is this Friday. And you were thanked for being unapologetically yourself, pushing audience expectations, taking the hit for everyone who came after, said to have encouraged audience acceptance of women in all forms.
How
today.
nice is that?
Crikey, amazing.
That must
did you
feel
feel about
good
that?
when you...
Well, it's lovely, you know, because over the years, let's face it, Philip, you know, I haven't had the best press because of my kind of gobbiness. But I think once I got married, people thought I was nice all of a sudden. So,
Well, you've always been lovely, but you're just not afraid.
But no, absolutely. No, I'm absolutely delighted by that and really flattered as well.
It's a lovely thing to
Well, we
do.
love having you here, and thank you
We
very much
do.
indeed. And good luck.
Good luck
The
with
big
it all,
lunch,
yeah.
1st to the 2nd of June.
First, second,
Go online to
have a
register.
go.
Yeah,
Just
give it a
make
go.
Sandwich.